Check out what the satisfied Dan Gemus real estate team clients are saying about working with the Dan Gemus team. Visit dangemus.com.
I got to thank you for being a voice of reason in a sea of insanity.
Now back to the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show on AM 800.
Welcome back to the show. Yes, I am Dan Gemus, and it's time for our mortgage talk with our good friend Ron Bondy, mortgage agent with Dominion Lending Centers and the Super Mortgage team. Hi, Ron. How are you today?
Fantastic. Yourself, Dan?
Well, very good. Thank you for joining us. And today we're talking about, it's a very good topic. It's a hot topic right now, fixed versus variable. And I know you must get asked this question 6 million times a week.
Oh, at least, if not more. So fixed versus variable is always a hot topic. Everybody always wants to know what they should do. What should we do? Should we go fixed? Should we go variable?
Especially right now, right? I've got so many, clients we all do on the team that have been asking us if they should, lock in, go variable. Obviously, with the rates increasing, it's a natural question, right? And people aren't sure what to do and what to expect. So let's go over the pros and cons of each, Ron. Let's start with a fixed. What are the pros of a fixed?
So the pros for a fixed is you obviously have a fixed rate, a fixed payment. You know what you're paying for the next whatever you lock in for, 1 to 5 years. You know what you're paying. You can budget on that. You can take that to the bank. You're good, right? The downfall to variable is the downfall to the fixed is if the variable rate goes down, well, your fixed rate is fixed. So you might be paying a little bit more.
Sure.
Now, for a variable, I always like to compare it to gambling. Okay, because you're basically gambling. You're gambling if the rate's going to go up or if the rates are going to go down. So you don't have that fixed budget anymore, because if the variable rate goes up, so without getting into too much of the trigger rates and all that, some banks will just adjust your payment as the variable rate goes up. Some banks will do a trigger rate, so once you start going backwards on your mortgage, then they'll raise your payment, your monthly payment. So you never really know, what your payment could be. Could go up, could go down.
Interesting. Now, Ron, right now, obviously, it's a different time with the rates that have been increasing at the pace they've been increasing. But traditionally, what is the percentage of folks doing, a fixed versus variable? Do you know offhand?
I believe it is about a 60-40 split, somewhere around there.
So 60% fixed?
Fixed, yeah.
So the majority are.
Majority of people go with fixed because they want to do that budget. They don't want to gamble. They don't want to worry if the rates do go up. Are they going to be paying more? Are they going to be able to afford it? What do they have to cut out to be able to afford that variable rate? But in saying that, let me give you a little fun fact here, that people over a 5-year term that have taken a variable typically end up better at the end of their mortgage, meaning that they've paid off more principal on their mortgage.
Now, if somebody today, Ron, is about to move forward with a mortgage, or they're going to renew, and they ask you, Ron, what do we do? Do we go fixed or variable? What are you telling people right now with the way that rates are acting?
So basically, I can't tell you what to do. I can't tell you to take a fixed or a variable. I can give you all the information so that you can make an educated decision for yourself.
Fair enough.
But what we do know is all the economists are saying that they are expecting another 0.5% rate increase January to the variable rate. So, what that means is that everybody's going to be paying more again in January. I hope that it's not going to be that much. I'm thinking, hopefully we're going to only go up 0.25%, because I think we're at the tail end of the raises. And then I believe that it's going to tail off till probably September-ish, and possibly we'll start seeing some rate reductions come September. Now, what you have to look at is what can I lock in at today for a fixed, and when the variable does go up by 0.5%, and then it takes till September to start coming down, how far does it have to come down before I hit what I'm locked into right now?
Sure.
So the answer is, could be a couple years. So you'll be paying a higher rate with a variable for a couple years, but then possibly you'll be paying a lower rate for the next couple years. So over 4 years, you'll be a wash. The 5th year, if the rates are lower, then you'll be paying off more principal, and at the end, you will make up better. So like I said, it's a gamble. So that's why I always like to compare it to gambling.
Now, another question is, what term and amortization should someone choose right now? Or I get everyone's situation is different, and I get that. But, what's the discussion around that topic?
So, right now, so just take into consideration what I just said about the fixed rate and the variable rate reaching back to the fixed rate in a couple years. So to me, possibly a 2-year fixed rate would make more sense right now, and then reassess in 2 years. So that way you're kind of getting the best of both in 2 years. If variable makes more sense because it's on the decline, then at that point you can switch your term. As for amortization, amortization is going to set your affordability. So you can always, there's always extra payment options you can do on a mortgage. So to me, I would always set my amortization to make my life livable. Let me put it that way, so that I'm living comfortably and not stressed out about making a mortgage payment. Do I make a mortgage payment? Do I put food on the table? Do I pay for the lights? So the more you stretch out your amortization, the lower your monthly payment will be. So, but you got to know that you're going to be paying more interest on the longer amortizations, but quality of life, to me, outweighs the interest that you're going to pay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt. Some great comments there, Ron. How does someone reach out to your team if they have any questions?
So they can email me at Ron Bondy at supermortgageteam.ca, or they can call me, text me at 519-791-2961, or they can look me up on the net at ronaldbondy.ca. Or
Fantastic.
Obviously they can always contact you, Dan, and you can put them in contact with me.
And I was just going to say, we plan on having Ron on the show every couple of weeks to talk about various mortgage topics. So if anyone out there listening has any questions for Ron, something you think would be helpful for, whatever mortgage topic you'd like to hear about, then shoot us a text here at 10800 or email me, dan@dangemus.com, or get a hold of Ron directly, and we can make sure we cover that here on the show as well. So listen, Ron, thank you as always. Always a great resource of information for our listeners. We definitely appreciate it, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks.
Perfect. Thanks for having me, Dan.
Of course, it's Ron Bondy, mortgage agent with the Dominion Lending Centers they have a satellite office in Amherstburg, but they're all over Windsor, Essex County with the Super Mortgage Team. Great group of mortgage agents there. So very knowledgeable and
super helpful.
So many questions right now, right, with mortgages and with rates. People are unsure as to what to do. So always great to have some help there. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to give away our Richmond Popcorn Company gift card. So if you haven't already entered to win, make sure you text us right now, 10800, with your first and last name and the keyword movie. Movie is the keyword today with your first and last name. We'll give away the gift card right after the break. And we'll also talk about some things that sellers need to be made aware of, right? The market's shifting. So as a seller or someone looking to sell your home, what should you keep in mind? We'll talk about that and lots more to come right here on the Dan Gemus Real Estate Show.